Hey gang, Mocha Boy here. Welcome back. So we're going to be looking at 5 attacks, maybe 6. See how we go through this. This is from war number 59 with an Asian clan. Um, what was really notable about this particular war was that if you guys have been following the channel, you will have known that we had some pretty big issues with our war logs, kind of around the December time frame. Just a blood red war log, just loss after loss, going up against just some really amazing clans, just too many in a row. But we've turned a lot of that around, gotten all the members trained up on the newest strategies, encouraged them to push those abilities and their skills. And the combination of our own team kind of coming up to speed, along with adding new blood that already is kind of trained up in a lot of these attacks, have just converged to create a winning formula when it comes to clan wars. So we're pretty happy with where we're at right now. Now, as far as the attacks, the first one that we're going to be looking at is one from McLake. This was a 3-star attack on this base. Now, this was a GoHoWiWi raid, so golems, witches, wizards, but then as few as 10 hogs. Now, there's a lot of debate right now in the community about GoWiWi versus GoWipe, and which one of them. The fact that they're 2-star strategies, which is true. That they're 2-star strategies. They're easy to teach. If you can figure out how to funnel, then you know how to GoWiWi and GoWipe. But where the simple tweak that you can make to these base compositions is to simply add defense-led troops on the back end. And if that means pulling away some wizards, potentially even sacrificing a golem, depending on whether or not you have both of your heroes, for as few as 10 hogs. And there's 2 examples of this war. GoWiWi with 10 extra hogs were able to 3-star both of their bases, both of their targets, and this was one of them. But the general idea here was to lure out the clan castle. I mean, this was an easy lure because the trigger range extended past the walls, so a couple of giants and a couple of hogs is more than enough to do this. But or at least we try to use, when it makes sense, a giant plus a couple of hogs, because giants can soak up more damage than the hogs can, and that leaves the hogs free to do all kinds of damage to their targets. Once they once the CC's pulled out, you do your CC counter, and then you start your GoWi raid. This was pretty standard. Golems, witches, wizards behind them, all just kind of plowing in a serial fashion into the core. But when they got to about this spot, that's when the hog release starts, and then the hogs managed to jump into here, jump to there, jump to there, jump to there. 10 hogs were responsible ultimately for taking out 12 defenses. So I mean, this was just an incredible execution on this raid. So let's go ahead and take a look at how that all came down. And this raid was notable in that pretty much every stage of a hog raid was covered. It was a clean lure, giant with hogs to handle the CC pull. Witches and wizards, along with blockers and distractions to pull the CC away from the witches, was another great thing. I mean, he just executed this pretty much to perfection. He lost, I think, a couple of his heroes. Could have spent maybe just a little bit more time setting up his funnel, but at the end of the day, it ended up working out anyway. So, I mean, they don't always go exactly to plan, but this was close enough. Now, as you can see here, the BK is starting to wander off around the side. The AQ is actually in danger of that, but this cannon actually ends up pulling the AQ back into the core, which is pretty key, because then she's going to be responsible for taking out the defending AQ as soon as she takes that first shot, which she does. The jump's down. As soon as those remaining buildings go down, the rest of those troops are going to be able to go into the core, and then the hog release starts. Now, the timing of the hog release is pretty critical here, because you want to make sure that they are there to support the kill team, but not necessarily draw all the fire from the kill team. They work best when you get them to move kind of in a serial fashion with the kill team. Now, mind you, that's 10 hogs, and they're responsible for taking out. That's 4, 5, 6, and here come the skeletons. 7, 8. 9, and then actually I miscounted. But when I did the initial review of this, those 10 hogs were responsible for putting down 12 defenses, which is just awesome. I mean, that's better than a one for one. That's a better than a 1-for-1 ratio, and that worked because of the timing of the release. Not too soon, not too late, and just right in time to coincide with the kill team hitting the core, and then both teams work as supports for each other. So he was able to hit that for 3, and good times there. Yep.